Hello and welcome back to JBC English Learning Academy. My name is Laura, and I'm here to guide you on your journey to clear, confident, and natural English. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a lesson. Your support truly helps this channel grow. Alright, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin today's session. If they say I don't like cold weather, you can respond, same here. I prefer warm days. This kind of mirroring creates natural connection. Let's imagine a friendly chat with a new acquaintance. They ask, "Do you like sports?" And you reply, "Yes, I enjoy swimming and jogging." Then they say, "That's great. I play football every weekend." You respond, "That sounds fun. Maybe I'll join you next time." This short exchange may sound simple, but it's fluent, friendly, and real. Now let's practice asking for opinions. In English, people love to share their thoughts, and asking about them keeps conversations flowing. You can say, "What do you think about this movie?" Or, "How do you feel about learning online?" You can also use softer forms like "Do you agree with that?" or "Would you say that's true?" Practice a few now. What do you think about this movie? How do you feel about learning online? Do you agree with that? When you ask others for their opinions, you show respect and interest. Both are signs of confident English speakers. Let's go into another natural setting. Talking about the future, you can use simple structures like "I'm going to," "I'll plan to." For example, "I'm going to start a new course next month," or "I'll visit my friend next weekend." You can also say, "I plan to improve my English speaking by practicing daily." Repeat these slowly. "I'm going to start a new course. So next month I'll visit my friend next weekend. I plan to improve my English speaking by practicing daily." Now think of your future goals in English learning. You might say, "I want to speak English fluently," or "I want to travel and use English confidently." Say it now as if you really mean it. I want to speak English fluently. I want to travel and use English confidently. The more you say your goals aloud, the closer they come to reality. Sometimes, in real conversations, people use phrasal verbs, short verb combinations, that sound very natural. For example, wake up, sit down, turn off, pick up, or look after. These are common in everyday speech. You can say, "I wake up early. Please turn off the lights. I'll pick you up later." Or, "I look after my little sister." Practice these with me. Wake up early every day. Please turn off the lights. I'll pick you up later. Look after my little sister. These phrases make your English sound alive and real. Now let's take a short emotional reflection. Close your eyes for a moment and think about how far you've come. You started learning simple sentences, and now you can hold real conversations, share experiences, express opinions, and connect ideas. You're no longer just studying English. You're living it. Whenever you feel stuck, remember this. English is not just a language. It's a lifestyle. It's the way you express who you are to the world. Every word you say carries a piece of your personality. So don't be afraid to show your feelings, your curiosity, and your kindness through your words. Now repeat these affirmations with me slowly and calmly. I am confident in my English conversations. I understand and express myself clearly. I speak English naturally and comfortably. I learn something new every single day. Feel these words as you say them. They remind you that fluency is already growing inside you. As you keep practicing real-life conversations, something beautiful begins to happen. English starts to feel like a part of your daily rhythm, like a familiar song that plays in the background of your mind. You begin to think in English. Before speaking, you start to dream in English sometimes and you feel the language flowing through you naturally. That's when you realize fluency isn't about memorization. It's about living the language every day. Let's dive deeper into real conversation. Rhythm. When people talk, they don't always use perfect sentences. They shorten, pause, and connect words naturally. For example, instead of saying, "Do you want to go out?" people often say, "Do you want to go out?" or even "want to go out." When they say, "I am going to eat," it often becomes, "I'm going to eat." These shortcuts aren't mistakes. They're part of real spoken English. Listening to and repeating these forms helps your speech sound more natural. Try saying them softly. Do you want to go out? Do you want to go out? I am going to eat. I'm going to eat. Now imagine you're with a friend, planning something fun. You might say, "Hey, do you want to grab lunch later?" They answer, "Sure, sounds good." "What time?" You reply, "Maybe around 1." They say, "Perfect. See you then." This simple exchange shows the essence of natural English. Short, friendly, rhythmic, no fancy grammar, just real connection. Practice speaking such exchanges aloud. Let them flow easily from your tongue. Real-life fluency also means knowing how to handle unexpected moments. Maybe someone asks you a question and you're not sure how to answer. Instead of freezing, use soft fillers. You can say, let me think." Or, "That's a good question." Or, "I'm not sure, but maybe." These little phrases give your mind time to form a response and make your speech sound thoughtful, not hesitant. Practice them with me now. Let me think. That's a good question. I'm not sure, but maybe. Let's practice talking about the past, because daily conversations often involve stories and memories. You can say, "When I was a child, I loved playing outside." Or, "Last year I started learning English seriously." You can also share small experiences like, "Yesterday I watched a movie and it made me laugh so much." Try saying these softly, picturing the memory as you speak. When you talk about the past, try to feel it. Your emotion makes the sentence sound more real. Sometimes you'll want to describe a series of actions. You can say, "I woke up, took a shower, had breakfast, and left for work." You can also describe emotions with your story. "Felt nervous before the meeting, but afterward I felt proud." When you speak about real experiences, don't rush. Pause and feel the rhythm of your sentences. Every pause adds clarity and confidence. Now let's talk about connecting with people emotionally in conversations. English isn't just about words. It's about how those words make others feel. When someone shares something happy, celebrate with them. Say things like, "That's wonderful," or "I'm so happy for you." When someone shares something sad, show empathy. Say, "That must be hard," or "I understand how you feel." The ability to show emotion through language is what separates a fluent speaker from a memorized one. Let's imagine a short, emotional exchange. A friend says they got a new job and you smile and say, "Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations." They reply, "Thank you. I was really nervous about the interview." You respond warmly, "I can imagine. I'm so proud of you." Simple words full of emotion. This is real English. It's alive, gentle, and human. Now let's move to making suggestions. Something you'll often do in real life. You can say, why don't we go for a walk? Or, how about meeting tomorrow? Or let's watch a movie together. These are friendly, natural ways to make plans. You can also respond to suggestions with, sure, that sounds great. Or, maybe another time. Practice these softly. Why don't we go for a walk? How about meeting tomorrow? Sure, that sounds great. Maybe another time. Sometimes conversations involve giving advice, another essential skill. You might say, you should take a break. Or maybe you could try studying in the morning. To make advice sound polite, use softeners like maybe. Or you could. Instead of do this, you say maybe you could try this. That's how native speakers keep their tone gentle and supportive. Practice these now. You should take a break. Maybe you could try studying in the morning. I think it might help if you relax for a while. Now let's add a beautiful skill. Encouragement. Real life English isn't only about information. It's about emotion and motivation. Imagine a friend feeling discouraged about learning English. You can say, don't worry, you're doing great. Or, everyone makes mistakes at first. Or, you'll get better with practice. Try repeating these slowly. Don't worry, you're doing great. Everyone makes mistakes at first. You'll get better with practice. Encouragement brings kindness into communication, and that kindness also helps you connect deeply with others. Let's step into another useful context. Talking about time, you might say, I wake up early every day. Or I'll call you later. Or it's been a long time since we met. You can also express time naturally with words like recently, lately, soon, and for a while. Try these softly. I've been busy lately. I'll see you soon. It's been a while since we talked. These expressions appear in daily English constantly and make your speech sound genuine. Now let's talk about apologizing and responding to apologies, because this is something we all need in real life. You can say, I'm sorry I'm late. Or, sorry for the confusion. Or, I didn't mean to upset you. When someone apologizes, you can reply kindly, that's okay. Or, don't worry about it. Or, it happens. Practice these softly now. I'm sorry I'm late. Sorry for the confusion. That's okay. Don't worry. It happens. Politeness builds trust in every conversation. Sometimes we need to end conversations naturally. Instead of suddenly walking away, you can say, it was nice talking to you. Or, I should get going now, but let's talk again soon. These phrases make your exits friendly and smooth. Try them. It was nice talking to you. I should get going now, but let's talk again soon. See you later. Take care. Ending gracefully is as important as beginning confidently. Now let's imagine a daily scenario at work or school. You're in the hallway, and someone asks, how's everything going? You smile and say, pretty good. Just finishing up some work. They respond, nice. Keep it up. You say, thanks. See you later. These simple moments happen every day. And when you handle them naturally, your English becomes effortless. Let's add another layer. Talking about progress and goals, you can say, I'm improving slowly. Or I'm working on my pronunciation, or I've started practicing English every evening. These show dedication and self-awareness. Try them with me. I'm improving slowly, but surely. I'm working on my pronunciation. I've started practicing English every evening. Saying these aloud reminds you that learning is a journey, not a race. Now take a quiet moment, breathe deeply, and remind yourself that you are doing something powerful. You're not only learning words, you're building confidence, courage, and communication. Every practice session, not every repeated phrase, every moment you speak out loud is transforming you into a fluent speaker. Whenever you doubt yourself, think about this. Every native speaker once learned their first words. 2. No one is born fluent. Everyone learns step by step, word by word, just like you. So be patient with yourself. Every time you speak English, even if it's not perfect, you're one step closer to mastery. Repeat these affirmations slowly, feeling every word as truth. I am confident when I speak. Communicate clearly and calmly. My English sounds natural and fluent. I am proud of my progress every day. I believe in myself. As you keep growing in your English journey, you'll notice that fluency isn't about speaking quickly. It's about speaking comfortably. The best English speakers don't rush. They breathe between their words. They express emotion and they take time to think. When you speak slowly and clearly, you give yourself space to sound natural. Confidence isn't fast. Confidence is calm. Think about your favorite speakers or actors in English. They don't speak in a hurry. They use pauses. They use tone. And they connect emotionally. You can do the same. Every time you practice, pay attention not just to what you say, but how you say. The energy behind your words is what people remember. Let's practice this together. Say these short lines slowly and clearly with gentle rhythm. I'm happy to see you. That sounds amazing. Completely understand. Take your time. Don't worry. It's okay. Feel how soft and natural those words sound when you let your voice flow instead of forcing. Now imagine yourself in a friendly conversation. Someone tells you about a problem they're facing. Maybe they say, I've been really busy and stressed lately. You could respond with warmth and understanding. You might say, I get that. Life can be overwhelming sometimes. Or I know how you feel. It's been the same for me lately. When you respond with empathy, your words create comfort. Fluency is not just about grammar. It's about connection. Let's practice a few real emotional lines together. I know how that feels. That must be hard for you. I completely understand. I'm here for you if you need someone to talk to. These are sentences that bring people closer. And when you use them naturally, your English begins to feel alive with emotion and kindness. Real-life English is also about flexibility, sometimes formal, sometimes casual. The way you speak to your friend is different from how you speak in a meeting. For example, with a friend, you might say, hey, what's up? Or how's it going? But in a formal setting, you might say, good morning. How are you today? Or it's nice to see you. Both are correct. Depends on the situation. Practicing both tones helps you adapt easily. Let's go through some examples softly. For casual situations, hey, how's it going? Long time no see. What have you been up to? And for formal ones, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for your time. Learning to adjust your tone shows emotional intelligence and confidence. Another way to sound natural in English is to use softening phrases. These make your speech polite and friendly. Instead of saying give me that, you can say could you please give me that. Instead of I want this, say I'd like this please. Instead of tell me the time, say could you tell me what time it is. Try these. Now, could you please give me that? I'd like this please. Could you tell me what time it is? Soft, respectful language is powerful. It leaves a beautiful impression. Now imagine you're traveling and need help. You could say, excuse me, could you help me find the train station? The person points the way and you smile and say, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. See how polite and natural that sounds? That's exactly what makes your English feel real and confident. Let's move on to another important skill: describing problems. Sometimes things go wrong and you need to explain what's happening. You can say, my phone isn't working properly, or I think there's a mistake on this bill, or I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Practice these softly. Now my phone isn't working properly. Think there's a mistake on this bill. I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. These sentences help you handle daily situations smoothly without stress. When someone helps you, it's important to show gratitude. You can say, that was very kind of you, or I really appreciate your help, or thank you for taking the time to explain. Gratitude creates positive energy in every interaction. Try them with me. That was very kind of you. I really appreciate your help. Thank you for taking the time to explain. The more warmth you put in your tone, the stronger your connection becomes. Now let's focus on making conversations longer. A key skill for fluency. Instead of stopping after one answer, try adding more detail. For example, if someone asks, how was your weekend? Instead of saying, it was good, you could say, it was good. I went for a walk in the park and then I watched a movie at home. This turns a one-line reply into a full conversation. You can also ask a question back. How about you? This keeps the talk flowing naturally. Let's practice this idea. I'll say a simple line and you expand it in your mind. For example, instead of I'm fine, you can say I'm fine, just a little tired from work. Instead of I like music, you can say I like music, especially soft rock and jazz. See how small additions make your English sound fuller and more engaging? Now let's imagine a conversation about hobbies. You say, I love cooking. Someone asks, really? What do you like to cook? You reply, mostly simple dishes like Paul Ding helps me relax. In this short exchange, you've expressed interest, emotion, and detail. That's what makes you sound fluent and natural. Not speed, but clarity and connection. Let's explore expressing agreement and enthusiasm. When you agree with someone, you can say, exactly, or that's so true, or I feel the same way. When you're excited, you can say, that's awesome, or I love that idea, or that sounds great. Practice these now. Exactly. That's so true. Feel the same way. That's awesome. Love that idea. These small responses show energy and confidence during conversations. Sometimes you'll also need to change topics naturally. You can do this with phrases like by the way, or speaking of that, or that reminds me. For Example, by the way, did you hear about the new cafe? Or that reminds me I need to call my friend. Try them softly. By the way, speaking of that reminds me, these connectors make your speech flow like a river, smooth and natural. When you talk about the present moment, you can use phrases like, right now, I'm focusing on improving my English. Or, these days I'm trying to stay more positive. Talking about what's happening in your life makes your English real and relatable. Practice a few with me. Right now, I'm focusing on improving my English. These days, I'm trying to stay more positive. I'm learning to be more patient with myself. Now, let's reflect for a moment on your progress. You've learned to greet, to express emotion, to ask questions politely, to react naturally, and to describe moments from your life. These are all pieces of the puzzle that make a fluency. Every time you repeat and use them, you're moving closer to the level where English feels like your second nature. Remember, progress doesn't always feel visible day by day, but it's happening underneath. Just like a tree grows roots before you see new leaves, your English is growing stronger with every word you speak. Don't measure your fluency by how many words you know. Measure it by how freely you can express yourself. Let's close this section with a few gentle affirmations together. I am becoming fluent in English step by step. I communicate with confidence and peace. Every mistake helps me learn and grow. Enjoy speaking English every day. Feel those words settle into your heart. Fluency is not a finish line. It's a flow. You are already walking in it beautifully. One of the most powerful things you can do to become fluent is to stop chasing perfection and start chasing connection. Every time you focus too much on being perfect, you create pressure. But when you focus on simply expressing yourself, the words flow naturally. English is not about perfection. It's about expression. It's about showing who you are, sharing what you feel, and understanding others with empathy. Let's imagine a conversation where you're expressing your opinion. You might say, I think learning through real conversations is the best method. Someone else says, I agree. Feels more natural. You smile and respond, exactly. It helps me remember phrases better. Do you see how soft and flowing that exchange feels? When your thoughts come from your heart, your English sounds alive and confident. Now let's talk about one of the most common things people do every day: asking for and giving information. You can say, do you know what time the meeting starts? Or, could you tell me where the post office is? Or, do you have any idea when the train arrives? To give information, you can say, it starts at 9. Or, it's just around the corner. Or, I think it arrives in 10 minutes. These simple question and answer patterns happen thousands of times in real life. Master them slowly and your fluency will grow naturally. You can also practice giving directions. In English, imagine you're helping someone find a place. You could say, go straight ahead, then turn left at the traffic lights. Or, it's next to the supermarket, across from the park. These phrases are used every day in English-speaking countries, and learning them helps you survive and connect in real-world settings. Repeat them softly. Now go straight ahead, then turn left at the traffic lights. It's next to the supermarket, across from the park. Let's move to daily problem-solving conversations. Life is full of small moments where you need to explain something. Maybe your internet isn't working. You can say, my connection seems to be slow. Or, I can't access the website. If you're at a restaurant and your order hasn't arrived, you can say, "Excuse me, I think my order hasn't come yet." Or if you're in a shop and something's missing, you can say, "Sorry, I think you forgot to include this item." Simple, clear sentences solve problems politely and keep communication smooth. Now think about another real moment when you need to make plans with someone. You can say, "Are you free tomorrow?" Or "Let's meet for lunch this weekend." You can also suggest maybe we can watch a movie together. When the other person agrees, you might say, "Perfect. See you then." These everyday planning conversations make English a part of your social life. Try saying them softly. "Are you free tomorrow? Let's meet for lunch this weekend. Perfect. See you then." Now let's explore talking about your goals and dreams, because sharing your hopes is one of the most powerful ways to build connection in English. You can say, "My dream is to travel the world," or "I want to speak English fluently so I can work internationally," or "I hope to study abroad one day." When you talk about your dreams, your words carry emotion, and emotion makes learning stick. Try these now. "My dream is to travel the world." "I want to speak English fluently so I can work internationally." "I hope to study abroad one day." Fluency grows fastest when your heart is involved. When you feel something deeply, your brain remembers. So don't just study grammar. Talk about what matters to you. Talk about your goals, your struggles, your wins, your memories. Real English grows from real emotion. Now let's practice how to respond naturally in conversations. When someone says something to you, don't just answer, react. For example, if someone says, "I passed my exam," you can reply, "That's great. I'm so happy for you." If someone says, "I'm not feeling well," you might respond, "Oh, no, I hope you feel better soon." Someone says, "It's raining again," you can laugh and say, "Yeah, this weather never stops." These reactions make your English sound alive, full of feeling and rhythm. When you speak English in real life, it's okay to pause. Many learners worry that silence means they're not fluent, but silence is normal. Every fluent speaker pauses to think. The secret is to pause naturally, not with panic, but with peace. If you forget a word, take a breath and use another one. If you don't know how to continue, say something simple like, "Let me think," or "That's interesting." Fluency isn't about never stopping. It's about continuing gracefully. Now let's focus on building longer sentences naturally. Start small and then expand. For example, begin with "I like coffee," then add more. "I like coffee because it helps me stay awake in the morning." Add even more. "I like coffee because it helps me stay awake in the morning, especially when I have a lot of work to do." Step by step, you're stretching your sentences while staying natural. Try few with me now. "I like coffee. I like coffee because it helps me stay awake. Like coffee because it helps me stay awake." Here's another example. "I enjoy learning English." Add more. "I enjoy learning English because it connects me to people all around the world." Expand further. "I enjoy learning English because it connects me to people all around the world and helps me understand different cultures." This gradual expansion builds your speaking muscles. You don't need complex grammar. You just need to connect ideas slowly and confidently. Now let's explore expressing feelings. Through tone, the same words can sound different depending on how you say them. For example, say softly, "I'm fine." Now say it with a smile, "I'm fine." And then with tiredness, "I'm fine." The words didn't change, but the feeling did. Practicing tone helps you communicate emotion even before you finish your sentence. Let's add another realistic situation. Giving compliments in daily life. You can say, "That's a nice shirt," or "You did a great job," or "I really like your accent." Compliments make others feel good and help conversations feel lighter. You can also respond politely when someone compliments you by saying, "Thank you. That's so nice of you," or simply, "Thanks. I appreciate that." Now let's focus on conversation repair. What to do when communication breaks down. Maybe you didn't hear clearly. You can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or "I didn't catch that. Can you say it again?" If you need clarification, you can ask, "What do you mean by that?" Or "Could you explain that a little more?" Practicing these helps you stay calm in real situations. Fluency isn't about knowing everything. It's about staying in the conversation, even when things go wrong. Another powerful practice is shadowing real voices. You can pick a short English clip, listen carefully, and repeat what you hear in real time. This trains your pronunciation, rhythm, and timing. It might feel hard at first, but after a few days you'll start to match the natural flow of English speakers easily. Now let's shift to self-motivation, because keeping your energy alive is the secret to long-term progress. Every learner has slow days, but what matters is that you don't stop. Even when you feel tired, listen to one short dialogue, speak one paragraph, or repeat 5 phrases. Small steps create huge change over time. Let's take a short reflection. Pause together. Think about your first day learning English. Maybe you felt nervous or unsure. Now think about where you are today. You understand full sentences. You can express yourself. And you're improving every single day. That's incredible progress. You're already living the dream that once felt far away. Repeat these affirmations slowly and calmly with me. Now, I am confident when I speak English. I learn from every mistake. I can communicate with anyone in the world. My English is improving every single day. Now smile and take a deep breath. You are becoming the fluent version of yourself you always imagined. Every word, every thought, every small effort is bringing you closer to your goal. Keep speaking, keep listening, keep believing, because you're doing beautifully. The more you practice real-life English, the more you realize that it's not just about words. It's about energy. Every conversation you have, every smile you share, every pause you take, they all carry meaning. English isn't just a set of sentences. It's a rhythm of communication that connects people from everywhere. When you speak with emotion, people listen. When you speak with patience, people understand. When you speak with confidence, people connect. So from now on, don't only think about vocabulary. Think about how your words make others feel. Let's imagine you're meeting someone for the first time. You shake hands and say, "Hi, nice to meet you." The person smiles and says, "Nice to meet you too." You could continue, "I've heard a lot about you." Or, "I'm glad we finally got to meet." Simple phrases like these turn a basic introduction into a friendly beginning. Now think about following up in a conversation. After introductions, you can say, so how's your day going? Or, how do you usually spend your weekends? Or, I love your energy. You seem very positive. These lines keep the talk flowing. The more you ask and listen, the more comfortable you become. Let's practice a real flow together. You start with, hi, nice to meet you. The other person says, nice to meet you, too. You continue, how's your day been? So far. They answer, pretty good. Just a bit busy, you reply. I get that. It's been one of those weeks, right? This short exchange already feels friendly and natural, just like real conversation. Now let's talk about handling nervous moments. Everyone feels nervous before speaking English, even advanced learners. But the secret is to use your nervousness as energy. When your heart beats faster, it means you care. And that's good. Take a slow breath, smile, and remind yourself that you don't need to be perfect to be understood. People will always appreciate your effort to communicate. If you ever feel stuck during a conversation, use bridging phrases to stay calm. You can say, well, that's a good question. Or, let me see how I can explain that. Or, I'm not sure about that, but I can tell you what I think. These short bridges give you time to think and make you sound confident even when you pause. Let's explore describing your surroundings, which is a wonderful fluency exercise. Look around your room right now and say what you see. For example, I'm sitting in a quiet room. The walls are light blue. There's a cup of tea on the table. Then describe what you hear. I can hear some birds outside. This practice helps your mind link words to your environment. When you describe things regularly, your English becomes connected to reality instead of memory. You can also describe what you feel. For example, I feel calm right now. Or I feel focused and ready to learn. These small emotional sentences train your brain to express feelings in English automatically. Try some softly now. I feel relaxed right now. I feel motivated to practice. I feel thankful for today. Now let's move into talking about experiences, because that's how people connect in real life. You can say, last weekend I went to the beach. Or yesterday I tried a new recipe. Or a few years ago I started learning guitar. Experience tells a story, and stories are what make conversations memorable. When you share experiences, try adding feelings. You could say, I went to the beach and it was so peaceful. Or I tried a new recipe and it turned out delicious. Or I started learning guitar, and now it's one of my favorite hobbies. By including emotion, you make your English vivid and alive. Let's practice describing preferences in detail, because this helps you sound fluent and natural. Instead of saying, I like music, expand it. Say, I like music, especially when I'm working or relaxing. Instead of, I like coffee, say, I love the smell of coffee in the morning. It helps me wake up. The longer your sentences flow, the more naturally you express yourself. You can also talk about contrasts to make your English richer. You could say, I love summer because of the sunshine, but I don't like the heat. Or I enjoy watching movies, but I don't like scary ones. Small contrasts make your conversation more interesting and realistic. Now, imagine a typical conversation about your day. You could start with, today has been a good day. Then, expand. I finished my work early, went for a walk and cooked dinner. You can add emotion. I felt relaxed and happy. To make it even more engaging, ask the other Person. How was your day? This is the natural rhythm of real communication, sharing and listening. Sometimes in conversations, people share stories about their families or friends. You can say, my sister just started a new job, or my parents love gardening. Sharing family stories helps you connect on a personal level. You can also ask gently, do you have any siblings? Or what does your family like to do together? Real conversations are built on curiosity and kindness. Now let's practice expressing hope and positivity, because those are beautiful parts of everyday English. You can say, I hope you have a great day, or I hope everything goes well for you. When something good happens, you can say, I'm so happy for you, or that's wonderful news. These phrases carry warmth. Try repeating them softly. I hope you have a great day. I hope everything goes well for you. That's wonderful news. You can also practice expressing gratitude, because it adds beauty to your communication. Say, thank you for being patient. Or, I really appreciate your help today. Or, it means a lot to me. Gratitude opens hearts. And fluent English isn't only about words. It's about hearts connecting. Now let's talk about describing your routine more deeply. You can say, I usually wake up early because I like quiet mornings. Or I go for a walk after lunch to clear my mind. Or before sleeping I listen to calm music. These little routines are perfect conversation material. They make your English sound personal and relatable. Try expanding them now. I usually wake up early because I like quiet mornings. I go for a walk after lunch to clear my mind. Before sleeping I listen to calm music. See how peaceful that rhythm feels? That's how fluent English sounds. Gentle, connected, and real. Now think about talking about achievements. You can say, I finally finished my project, or I learned a new skill, or I reached one of my goals. It's important to celebrate your small wins. They build your confidence and remind you that you're improving. You can also congratulate others. Say, that's amazing. Congratulations. Or, I'm proud of you. Positive energy makes your English shine. When you feel tired or frustrated, remember that learning any language takes time. Even native speakers sometimes forget words or make mistakes. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's to keep communicating. Each mistake is proof that you're trying, and every attempt is progress. Now let's take a small emotional pause. Together, close your eyes for a moment and imagine your fluent self confident, relaxed, and expressive. Imagine yourself having a smooth conversation with someone, laughing easily, sharing your thoughts clearly. That version of you already exists inside. You're just bringing it to the surface day by day. Let's repeat these affirmations softly together. Now I am growing more fluent. With every word I speak, I use English confidently in real life. My thoughts flow easily in English. Speak with calmness, clarity, and joy. Feel the peace in your voice as you say them. This is what fluency sounds like. Relaxed, confident, human. Every single day, with every single sentence, you're building it beautifully. Fluency in English is not something that appears overnight, something that grows quietly inside you, like a plant that needs care every day. You water it with practice, sunlight with motivation, and patience with time. You won't notice its growth each day, Your words are flowing, your confidence is stronger, and your thoughts are clearer in English. Let's talk about something very important. Thinking in English. Most learners translate from their native language, and that's okay in the beginning, but to become fluent, you need to train your brain to skip that step. Start small. When you see a cup, don't think of the word in your language and then translate. Just think cup. When you feel tired, think I'm tired directly. In English, when you plan your day, think I need to call my friend. I have work later. I'll cook dinner tonight. The more you do this, the more English becomes your second nature. Here's a little exercise. Wherever you are, right now look around and describe what you see in English. There's a chair beside me. The window is open. I can see a tree outside. Do it slowly. Describe what you're wearing, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. This kind of practice might seem simple, but it's the heart of fluency, connecting English to your real world. Now let's explore talking about emotions in more depth, because emotions bring your English to life. If you're happy, you might say, I feel so good today. If you're sad, I'm feeling a bit low. If you're excited, I can't wait for tomorrow. If you're nervous, I'm a little anxious, but I'll be okay. Each emotion adds color to your speech. The more feelings you express, the more fluent you sound. Try these now. Feel so good today. I'm feeling a bit low. Can't wait for tomorrow. I'm a little anxious, but I'll be okay. You can also describe emotions with more detail. Instead of saying, I'm happy, you can say, I'm really happy because I got good news. Instead of, I'm sad, you can say, I'm a little sad because I miss my friends. These longer sentences help your emotions sound natural, not flat. Let's practice reacting to others' emotion and too, because this is how real conversations feel human. When someone shares joy, say that's wonderful, or I'm so happy for you. When someone shares pain, say, I'm sorry to hear that, or that must be really difficult. These reactions make your communication warm and real. Sometimes you'll want to comfort someone. You can say, don't worry, things will get better. Or I believe in you. Or maybe encourage them. You're stronger than you think. These sentences are not just words. They're feelings turned into sound. Fluency grows stronger when you connect emotionally through English. Let's move to talking about memories, because storytelling is a bridge between people. You can say, when I was a child, I used to play outside all day, or I remember the first time I saw the ocean. You can describe the memory's feeling. It was such a peaceful moment. Or I felt so free. Try recalling one beautiful memory right now. Picture it in your mind. Then describe it slowly in English. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be real. When you tell stories, use time expressions like a few years ago, last month, or when I was younger. These help listeners follow your timeline. You can say, last month I went to a new restaurant, or a few years ago I learned to ride a bike. Then add emotions. I was so nervous at first, but then I felt proud. The emotion makes your story unforgettable. Now let's talk about staying calm when speaking English, because sometimes fear can block fluency. When you feel nervous, your body tenses up, your breath gets short, and your thoughts stop flowing. To break that, take a deep breath before you speak. Tell yourself, I can do This. Smile. Even a small smile changes your voice tone and makes you sound confident. Try this short breathing and speaking exercise. Inhale slowly and as you exhale, say softly, I can speak English clearly. Inhale again and exhale, saying, I'm confident and calm. Feel the rhythm of your breathing and your words working together. This technique trains your mind and body to relax, which improves pronunciation and fluency naturally. Now let's explore building natural rhythm in speech. English has a wave-like rhythm. Some words are stressed, others are soft. Listen to this pattern. I want to go home. The stress falls on want and home. Try saying it now. Feel the beat. English is full of this gentle music. When you learn to feel it, your speaking sounds smooth and natural. Another important step is listening with intention. Don't just hear English. Notice how people use it. Listen to how they pause, how they emphasize words, how they react. You can learn a lot just by paying attention. Watch movies, podcasts, or even English interviews. Don't worry about understanding every word. Focus on rhythm, tone, and feeling. Let's also practice asking follow-up questions because they make your conversations deeper. When someone says, I went to the market, you can ask, oh, what did you buy? If someone says, I'm tired, you can ask, did you have a busy day? These small follow-ups show interest and keep the talk going. Try these slowly now. Oh, what did you buy? Did you have a busy day? That sounds interesting. Tell me more. Now, think about talking about the future. With positivity, you can say, next month I'm planning to travel. Or, I'll start a new project soon. Or, I'm looking forward to next weekend. Add emotion to it. I'm really excited about my trip. Or I can't wait to see my friends again. These hopeful sentences make your English sound alive. With energy, let's practice using modals. Politely, these are words like could, would, might, and should. They make your English softer. For example, instead of help me, say could you help me? Instead of close the door, say would you mind closing the door? Instead of you need to try this, say you should try this. As great. Try them softly now. Could you help me? Would you mind closing the door? You should try this. It's great. Now imagine a real conversation at a restaurant. The waiter comes and asks, are you ready to order? You respond politely, yes, I'd like a salad, please. When they bring the food, you say, thank you. This looks delicious. When you finish, everything was perfect. Thank you. Small moments like these are where English truly lives, in the kindness of daily exchanges. If you're nervous, I'm a little anxious, but I'll be okay. Each emotion adds color to your speech. The more feelings you express, the more fluent you sound. Try these now. Feel so good today. I'm feeling a bit low. Can't wait for tomorrow. I'm a little anxious, but I'll be okay. You can also describe emotions with more detail. Instead of saying, I'm happy, you can say, I'm really happy because I got good news. Instead of, I'm sad, you can say, I'm a little sad because I miss my friends. These longer sentences help your emotions sound natural, not flat. Let's practice reacting to others' emotion and LE2 because this is how real conversations feel human. When someone shares joy, say that's wonderful or I'm so happy for you. When someone shares Pain say, I'm sorry to hear that, or that must be really difficult. These reactions make your communication warm and real. Sometimes you'll want to comfort someone. You can say, don't worry, things will get better. Or I believe in you. Or maybe encourage them. You're stronger than you think. These sentences are not just words. They're feelings turned into sound. Fluency grows stronger when you connect emotionally through English. Let's move to talking about memories, because storytelling is a bridge between people. You can say, when I was a child, I used to play outside all day, or I remember the first time I saw the ocean. You can describe the memory's feeling. It was such a peaceful moment. Or I felt so free. Try recalling one beautiful memory right now. Picture it in your mind. Then describe it slowly in English. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be real. When you tell stories, use time. Expressions like a few years ago, last month, or when I was younger. These help listeners follow your timeline. You can say, last month I went to a new restaurant, or a few years ago I learned to ride a bike. Then add emotions. I was so nervous at first, but then I felt proud. The emotion makes your story unforgettable. Now let's talk about staying calm when speaking English, because sometimes fear can block fluency. When you feel nervous, your body tenses up, your breath gets short, and your thoughts stop flowing. To break that, take a deep breath before you speak. Tell yourself, I can do this. Smile. Even a small smile changes your voice tone and makes you sound confident. Try this short breathing and speaking exercise. Inhale slowly, and as you exhale, say softly, I can speak English clearly. Inhale again and exhale, saying, I'm confident and calm. Feel the rhythm of your breathing and your words working together. This technique trains your mind and body to relax, which improves pronunciation and fluency naturally. Now let's explore building natural rhythm in speech. English has a wave-like rhythm. Some words are stressed, others are soft. Listen to this pattern. I want to go home. The stress falls on want and home. Try saying it now. Feel the beat. English is full of this gentle music. When you learn to feel it, your speaking sounds smooth and natural. Another important step is listening with intention. Don't just hear English. Notice how people use it. Listen to how they pause, how they emphasize words, how they react. You can learn a lot just by paying attention. Watch movies, podcasts, or even English interviews. Don't worry about understanding every word. Focus on rhythm, tone, and feeling. Let's also practice asking follow-up questions, because they make your conversations deeper. When someone says, I went to the market, you can ask, oh, what did you buy? If someone says, I'm tired, you can ask, did you have a busy day? These small follow-ups show interest and keep the talk going. Try these slowly now. Oh, what did you buy? Did you have a busy day? That sounds interesting. Tell me more. Now, think about talking about the future with positivity. You can say, next month I'm planning to travel. Or, I'll start a new project soon. Or, I'm looking forward to next weekend. Add emotion to it. I'm really excited about my trip. Or, I can't wait to see my friends again. These hopeful sentences make your English sound alive with energy. Let's practice using modals politely. These are words like could, would, might, and should. They make your English softer. For example, instead of help me, say could you help me? Instead of close the door, say would you mind closing the door? Instead of you need to try this, say you should try this. As great. Try them softly now. Could you help me? Would you mind closing the door? You should try this. It's great. Now imagine a real conversation at a restaurant. The waiter comes and asks, "Are you ready to order?" You respond politely, "Yes, I'd like a salad, please." When they bring the food, you say, "Thank you. This looks delicious." When you finish, everything was perfect. Thank you. Small moments like these are where English truly lives, in the kindness of daily exchanges. Now let's imagine another real-life conversation, one that shows your growth. You meet someone new. You smile and say, "Hi, how are you?" They respond, "I'm good, thanks. How about you?" You say, "I'm doing great, just enjoying the day." Then you ask, "So what do you do?" They say, "I work as a designer." You reply, "That's interesting. I love creative work." You both laugh and the conversation continues easily. You didn't plan it. You just spoke naturally, freely, confidently. That is your new reality. To stay on this path, practice shadowing daily. Listen to English speakers and repeat their words immediately. This technique shapes your pronunciation, rhythm, and listening comprehension at the same time. Shadowing trains your mouth and brain to move in harmony, making you sound smooth and natural without effort. Keep a small English journal too. Each night, write a few lines about your day. Could be as simple as, "Today I went for a walk. The weather was nice. I listened to an English song and understood more than yesterday." Writing is speaking with your hand. Helps you organize your thoughts and strengthens your memory. When you're tired, remind yourself of how far you've come. Learning a language is not just a skill. It's a transformation. You are teaching your brain a new rhythm, your tongue a new movement, your mind a new perspective. That's an incredible accomplishment. Now repeat a few final affirmations softly with me. I am fluent, confident, and free in English. I enjoy learning because it brings me closer to the world. I express myself clearly and kindly. I trust my journey and my growth. Let these words echo in your mind for a moment. Smile. Take a deep breath. You've completed a full masterclass, not only in speaking English but in believing in yourself. And before we finish, I want to thank you for staying with me until the end. Every second you've spent here has strengthened your fluency. You've practiced listening, thinking, and speaking naturally. You've trained your ear, your voice, and your heart. And you've proven something important, that you are capable of mastering this language. So from this moment, whenever you speak English, remember that your goal is not perfection, it's connection. Speak with heart, listen with care, and never stop exploring this beautiful language. Wow, there was a lot of useful English today. I hope you found these phrases helpful and that you're excited to start using them in your daily conversations. Remember, the key to speaking English confidently is practice, practice, and more practice. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Keep practicing, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.